isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
There might be some rain coming through. We expect rain soon. Rain is close. The session has been declared wet. No sign of this rain stopping. Rain is clearing up. Rain should be gone for now. Nothing but sunshine all day.
Hey race fans, it's Monday night, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. That means it's time for some SOF racing in the Production Car Challenge Series. This week, for week 7, we're past the halfway point now. It's on the back end of the season. our racers are heading to Road America, just outside Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin. 4-mile track here, 14 turns to test our drivers' skill in all 4 classes. That's right, 4 classes on track. We got the BMW M2 CS that we're on board right now with Kevin Parrish. We've got the Renault Clio here of Gabriel Anselmi. Thomas Belleman in the GR86, Toyota GR86 that is. And then we've got our Mazda MX-5, the tried and true class of iRacing car that pretty much everybody's familiar with. You started with it in iRacing, and if you choose to, you can carry on with it pretty much as far into your iRacing career as you want to go. Take a look at our conditions here. 100-degree air temp. It's going to 85-degree air temp. Going to translate into 100-degree track temp. So a little toasty for our drivers out there today. Nothing they can't handle though. They will have to monitor their tire usage here in this 25-minute sprint race. That's right, sprint race. No need to come in for fuel or tires. They do have a quick repair, I believe, in this one, if I remember correctly, off the top of my head. But week 7. It's getting down to the nitty-gritty for our drivers competing in the overall championship here for each one of these classes. We're smack dab in the middle of qualifying. Still waiting for times to come in here. Longer lap at Road America for these cars. It's going to take them a bit of time to get around the track to put in their first quality laps here as we're on board with Taylor Blant, a fixture in our SOF races. We see him pretty much every week in, week out. Usually fighting somewhere up around the mid-front back of the BMW class. So we'll see here what kind of time he puts in as he's heading across the line right now. Taylor's going to come across, and looks like that was an out lap for him, or otherwise he had that lap negated by an off track. But Philip Larocque and Giovanni Romano going to take top spot in the BMW class. 223.46 for Larocque to Giovanni Romano's 223.49. So real tight amongst our 2 drivers. At the top of the BMW field right now, Zachary Thrasher in 3rd place, not too far back either, just separated by 9 100ths back to him. So it's going to be a handful for our drivers out here this evening. Let's pop back, take a look, see what times we have coming in the Mazda side of things. Nicholas Shepard currently leading the way over Cam Eben. We saw Shepard and Eben battle it out in weeks past. Shepard last week had a battle heading down to the line at VIR, so no doubt we're not surprised to see him heading the field right now in the Mazda MX-5 class, just over Cam Eben. Cam Eben creeping near that 11K iRating mark. See if he's able to do it, get a little bit, one step closer here. He's only 15 iRating points away from hitting that 10,900 mark. I can't see him gaining 115 points this race, even if he were to win. Once you get up into those high iRating territories, it's really hard to gain. Actually, right now it's showing if he were to finish in 2nd place, being car number 1 in the lobby, he would actually lose 3 iRatings. So that's the kind of tough scenario you get into when you're higher I-ranked driver, especially nearing the 11K mark. So that happens. I'm sure he's got no issues dealing with it. He'll gladly take the 11K I-rating. But in our GR86 class, Thomas Belleman leading the way here. He's got a substantial gap over Samuel Otis right now. Almost 7/10 separating P1 and P2 in the GR86. And actually we've got our top 3 in the Mazda class actually sitting a faster lap time than our 2nd place GR86. This will be an interesting track for the Toyotas and the Mazdas. We've seen some of the tracks in the past where the Mazdas have a lot quicker straight line speed. In a track like Road America, where you have all kinds of straights here to really deal with, that those Mazdas are really going to be able to stretch their legs. So we're going to see a whole lot of class intermingling between the Mazdas and Toyotas here again, no doubt this week. But right now, qualifying is showing us it's going to be exactly that. Our 2 Clios, we only got the 2 Clios in here this evening. The Clio's actually organized for another SOF race later on in the week, so usually we don't see a whole lot of them. Some weeks we see 3 or 4. This week looks like we're only going to have the 2 drivers, Gabriel Anselmi and David Dadd. Anselmi currently taking top spot in the Clio food there, as timing and scoring is going to run out. Give it a second to reset, and then we'll have a look at the qualifying result. Okay, here, let's take a look. First up, we got the BMW field where Giovanni Romano is going to take top spot. He'll have Philip Larocque to his outside. Renato Ravita in third place. Kevin Parrish 2. They're outside in row 2. Taylor Ballant and Zachary Thrasher are going to make up row 3 in 5th and 6th. Logan Senhauser and Thomas Starling in 7th and 8th. And rounding out the BMW field, Kevin Burnett going to start in 9th. Our 2 Clio is going to start behind them. Gabriel and Selmy taking top spot over David Dadd. And we get into our Toyota GR86s, but make note, as I mentioned, the Mazdas are going to be a little faster than the top. The sharp end of the Mazdas might be a little quicker than most of the GR86s, so they may be starting ahead of them on track, but we'll see them kind of get mingled in together as the race goes on. But top spot's going to go to Thomas Belleman. He'll have Samuel Otis to his outside. Behind them, we're going to find Noah Blackwell and Hubert Wasilewski. 5th and 6th place is going to go to Peter Urban and Terry Nightingale Jr. Gustavo Manke in 7th and Jaden Profit in 8th. Eric Martinez and Andres Nazi in 10th place. Moving into our Mazda field where Nicholas Shepard's taken top spot over Nicholas Reciputo. We're going to have a battle of a couple of Nicholases up top of the Mazdas. Michael Foles is going to start beside Cam Eben, Tom Sanders, and Michael Coates going to make up the third row. Camden Hibbett and Andres Navarro in 7th and 8th. Andres, we saw him battling tooth and nail last week at VIR. Usually doesn't qualify all that well towards the front, but works his way up very quickly. So expect to see Navarro trying to work his way through the Mazda field. Sean Fitzgerald and Matt Burgess going to round out the top 10 in the Mazdas. 11th place is going to go to John Miller III. Kyle Genske in 12th. Chase Gashot Lee in 13th. Johnny Morrow in 14th, and Jordan Worth going to round out the field. So we got 36 cars in lobby here this evening. A big track like Road America, they should have plenty of room to navigate around. We're doing a full pace lap here this evening, so we've got a bit of time before our field comes back around to catch the green flag here. So let's take a quick look at a couple of interesting facts here about Road America. It's a track that actually was built back in the 1950s due to get the public roads, or the race off the public roads around Elkhart Lake. Safety concerns banned the racing on public roads, kind of similar to how Watkins Glen in upstate New York got its start too as well. It was a track that came out of the necessity of banning the races on the road. So Road America, similar kind of story here as well. Unlike Watkins Glen, though, Road America has not changed layout-wise since 1950s when it was built. The engineer Cliff Tuft envisioned a permanent road circuit. He rallied his support to build Road America on 640 acres of glacial terrain. On September 10, 1955, the first race was held where Phil Hill won the inaugural race in a Ferrari Monza. And believe it or not, you can see all the trees surrounding the racetrack here, so there's going to be some nature out and around the track. That back in, when was this? Catch this up here, that there's actually a deer ran across the track and actually collided with a car in the middle of a race. So our drivers won't have to worry too much about that. There is no virtual Mother Nature or any kind of animals to deal with, although it'd kind of be interesting if iRacing implemented that. Throw some animals up in the side of the track, have them kind of watching on the inside. They do have you can see the 4K porta potties in some sections of the track, especially on the back straight between Canada Corner and the kink. And shout out to Matt Burgess in chat. Matt Burgess, our 9th place starter in Mazda MX-5, jumped in the chat. Say good luck to everybody. So good luck to Matt Burgess. We'll throw him up on camera here now. There he is, Matt Burgess, cruising around, just getting ready for the race. We'll keep an eye on him. He's in the 13 car. Chrome blue paint scheme on that. Pop up our timing and scoring here is, as I mentioned, long pace lap here for our cars. They've got a Still a fair ways to go around here. BMWs are going to lead the way. A little bit of separation between the BMWs and the Clios, the two Clios. But then the Mazdas and the GR86s are actually fairly packed up. Actually, you can see that whole pack there. Tail end of the Mazdas not really leaving much room for the GR86s just up ahead of them. As I mentioned, I suspect the Mazdas, once they hit the straight, are going to be actually passing a number of the GR86s. But long race, as far as sprint races go, 25 minutes. Pace car leading them through Bill Mitchell Bend, which means we only have a couple more corners to go before we fire up the green light, green flag. Into the final corner, the pace car will duck off to the right side, and the field will be under Giovanni Romano's control. We'll see how early he jumps. See the field packing up in behind the pace car. There goes Barney's cousin in the pace car, and we're getting ready to go. Slow up the hill. Barney got the green flag ready. There we go. We are underway. Round 7. Construction Car Challenge, SOF race. Giovanni Romano going to lead the way into turn 1. Renato Rovedo going to try and find a way around, but Philip Larocque looking up the inside. Larocque going to go around the outside of that white, blue, and red BMW. That's going to drop Roveda back into third. He's getting some pressure from Kevin Parrish. Parrish looking to the outside now. Roveda going to have the preferred line up the inside. Going to hold on to that spot for now. So you got a incident for John Miller III. A little farther back in the track. We'll catch up with that a little later on. Our BMW field getting away fairly clean. Let's pop back, see how things are going in the Toyota GR86. Our pole sitter Thomas Belleman holding on to top spot. Not only that, he's opened up almost 1 second already over Samuel Otis. Otis leading the whole charge here. Looks like a Peloton pack if you're a cycling aficionado. Big fan of the Tour de France or not, you know that term very well. Peloton pack trying to chase down the leader. That is Thomas Belleman. A little bit of connection issue for our leader, Belleman, blinking out there. I know he's going to want to hope that clears up for him. But back into the Mazdas. Already some Mazdas mixed in amongst the GR86s. Our leader, top 4 in the Mazda class. Shepard, Risputo folds all the way up into the Mazdas. Oh, Tom Sanders falling way back the field. There he is, up against the wall. So he's going to get it turned back around, collected up and on track. Not sure seeing any damage on the car, so hopefully he didn't suffer anything really catastrophic there, but it sounds like potentially he got involved with Terry Nightingale Jr. We'll have to see what happened there. We can pick a replay. We got a number of cars off on track again here. Oof, we got some salty language on chat. Thank God we don't have, or thank goodness we don't have chat up on the stream. As we see Jordan Worth here in that lime green Mazda. Started on the tail end of the Mazda field, trying to make his way just ahead of Eric Martinez in GR86. Meanwhile, trying to hold off John Miller III. They're going to go 3 wide into Canada corner. I'm not sure how well this is going to work out, but Worth trying to look around the outside that GR86, and Martinez doesn't want to give up that spot as he's got his compatriot Terry Nightingale Jr. just up ahead that he's trying to keep pace with, but looks like Worth going to make his way around the outside through Bill Mitchell Bend into the final corner. John Miller III going to try and go with him too as well. Sean Fitzgerald going to try and follow through. Looks like they've all managed to get around GR86 now of Martinez, but let's go back up to the front of the field. Romano still leading the way, opened up 9/10 now over Philippe Larocque in second place. Ravina holding on to third. Parrish, Ballant, Thrasher, all kind of status quo from last time we checked in on them. Staying fairly nose to tail. Let's pop back to the Mazdas. The inter-class battle here between the Mazdas and the GR86 is always kind of where the majority of the excitement is in this race. But our leader right now, Nicholas Shepard's got a car between himself and second place, Nicholas Resputo. Hubert Wasilewski, the 4th place GR86, got himself wedged in between the Mazda MX-5 battle here. It's quickly while we're taking a look at that, see if I can glance back here, see potentially what happened to, looked like John Miller III was the first one that had an incident early on. So see here, Miller, oh, he got tangled up. A whole bunch of cars piling on there early on. See potentially what happened there. See, something went off beforehand. Possibly Andres Nazi was that B car. There it is, Nazi, and the Mazda, I believe that was Fitzgerald, got wrangled up in that one. Yeah, it was Fitzgerald on the inside. Caught up with that. Sorry, Fitzgerald went around the outside. Not sure who that was. Gashit Lee, possibly. Number of Mazdas off track there early on. So, little carnage. We got ourselves sorted out right now, but Nicholas Shepard, our lead Mazda, getting a little bit of help from the third place GR86 of Peter Urban, pushing that Mazda down the straight, trying to hold off Rice Pudo on the outside. Rice Pudo's going to get her around. Wasilewski. Oh, Peter Urban getting a little argy-bargy there with the Mazdas. We got a little elbows out going on here as the 31 of Urban going toe-to-toe with the Mazdas. I suspect once they get onto the straight here, the Mazda's going to be able to pull away from that GR86. But let's go on board here with Rice Pudo and see what he's seeing as he's working his way past the GR86 of Urban. See the straight line advantage of the Mazdas over the GR86s there. Urban going to duck in behind. So now Rice Pudo back up behind Folds and Shepard to see if he's able to chase them down. I should mention something happened to our 10.8K Mazda driver, Cam Eben. He might have been that car that got wrapped up with. But that was John Miller III. Let's see what happened here. Cam Eben flagged for an off track early on. He was the Mazda on the inside with nowhere to go. As the 35 of Nazi came over, and that's pretty much it for Cam Eben's race early on. We got a battle shaping up here in the M2 class though. Thomas Starling trying to make a move here on the 25, or sorry, Starling is the 25. 21 of Ballant trying to make a move around. He's going to take that position away now. Burnett trying to find a way through as they're heading into the kink. Burnett with the inside line. We'll see if Starling bails out here. He does. He's going to tuck in behind. See if he can try and work his way through as Burnett goes wide. It's now Starling up the inside, heading towards Canada corner. Starling's going to take that position back. Burnett's going to drop back to 6th place. Zachary Thrasher lurking in behind, not too far back though. So they got themselves sorted out for now. Let's have a look in on our top GR86s. Thomas Bellman's still leading the way. He took pole position. He's been leading from the green flag drop at this point in time. Opened up 2.1 seconds over Samuel Otis. Otis now though has that lead battle in the Mazdas creeping up behind them. Take a look back here from Samuel Otis's car. You can see that Mazda of Nicholas Shepard, Michael Folds, and Nicholas Resputo not too far back. And then our third place GR86 of Peter Urban just in behind. We saw Urban and the Mazdas getting a little argy-bargy there not too long ago. You can see how quickly the Mazdas can catch up to the GR86s in the real high-speed sections. Folds can drop a tire off into the grass. Shouldn't cost them too much time here. On board here with Michael Folds. See kind of run. He gets up behind Nicholas Shepard. Shepard's going to look outside of Otis. He's going to make that move around Otis to see if Folds can get it done too as well into turn 1. Bryce Pudo trying to go along with them. He's going to get around Folds, utilize the double draft himself up into 2nd place. He's trying to go all the way up into 1st now too as well. Shepard going to try and fight back on the outside. Into turn 3 they go. Rice Pudo going to hold on to that position. So from 3rd to 1st in a matter of a couple corners for Nicholas Resputo. Well done by him. See if he's able to hold off the charge from Shepard and Folds. They're drafting up on the inside now, heading into turn 5. A battle of the late breakers here coming into turn 5. Shepard trying to... So Rasputin trying to hold off the inside. Shepard trying to go around the outside. Oh, Shepard's going to get a little loose. He's going to have to back out of it, get it collected up. Allow Rasputin to hold on to that position. Folds just kind of sitting in the back, watching this all, pun intended, unfold ahead of him. See on board here with Michael Folds, battle for first and second just ahead of him between Nicholas Rasputin and Nicholas Shepard. Either one moving off the line right now. Looks like Shepard content to stay in behind as they work their way through the carousel into the kink, and then we'll see if he makes a move into Canada corner. That's probably the best spot to take a position away here now. Don't really want to go too wide into the carousel. That would give Michael Folds the advantage in behind. He can run a little deeper, run onto his line, maximize his pace through there. See Shepard have to back out of the throttle a little bit. Almost went onto the grass, didn't want to lose the back end, so into Canada corner they go. See if anybody makes a move. Stay status quo with those GR86s right in behind. That's second, third, fourth, fifth in the Toyota GR86s. Samuel Otis, Peter Urban, Hubert Wasilewski, and Noah Blackwell all in behind Spicy. How did he get that handle in there? Noah Blackwell, Spicy Egg Roll. Well done by him. Hats off. But Blackwell on the tail end of this 4-car pack of the GR86 field, trailing just behind the lead battle in the Mazda MX-5s. As they're going to head into turn 1. We'll see if Shepard tries for a move here, bump drafting those 3 cars down the front straight, trying to pull away from the GR86s in tow. They're unable to do it. The GR86 is utilizing that draft off the lead pack. Around they're going to go again, but we got a battle a little farther back here. Kyle Genske and Michael Coates. It's a battle for 5th and 6th in the Mazda class. Genske going to go a little wide at a turn 1. It's going to cost him a little bit of time. Coates holding a steady line. Genske going to try and get tight up on the back bumper as they head down the straight underneath the cheese bridge. See if he can make a move into turn 5 at the bottom of the hill. Under the cheese bridge they go. Kyle Genske. Defensive move by Coates on the inside. Moved a little bit to the left, forcing Coates, if he's going to try and make a move, to have to go around the outside. He's going to stay tucked in behind. The GR86 of Jaden Profit up ahead is going to move to the side and let them through. That's going to allow them to close in on Camden Hibben up ahead, the 4th place car in the Mazda class. So that's going to be a 3-car battle now for 4th, 5th, and 6th. See how Hibben deals with the pressure from those 3 cars. Let's check in on Andres Navarro, driver who I said usually finds a way to work himself up through the field. Right now, struggling a little bit, kind of mired back in 11th place in class. Oh, he's going to get into the back of Andres Nazi. We've seen Nazi's already had a bit of a interesting race so far. That turn 1 incident with Cam Eben. That's going to cost Navarro a spot. Sean Miller III going to get around him. Looks like Navarro with a little bit of damage on the front end of that car. That was even before the little tap on the GR86. So not the race Andres Navarro was envisioning right now, but check back in with Matt Burgess. Popped into chat to say good luck to everybody. Down 3 spots from where he started, so trying to work his way back up as well. I think he might have got caught up in that lap 1 incident too as well, but we got a lead shaping up front here. Well, I guess for 2nd place, Romano has run away with this one. Got himself an 8.4 second gap over Ravita and Ballant, but Ballant putting some pressure on the back of Renato Ravita right now. Let's go on board here with Taylor Ballant. See what kind of pressure he can put on the back of the 23 of Ravita up ahead. Ravita had to give a little extra tap of the brake at the apex there to get that car turned in. Into the carousel they go. Ballant really having to feather the throttle through there to get the front end of the BMW to really bite. Nice run out of the carousel though for Ballant. Going to close that gap in. So they're going to head into the kink. See if Blunt can get a run into Canada corner. Looks like he's going to be too far back to make a move. He's going to try and settle for closing that gap to make a move onto the front straight here as they come into Bill Mitchell corner. Philip LaRock not too far back in this battle here. The white, blue, and red car kind of lurking in behind. We'll see if he's able to close in if they start to battle a little more. It's exactly what LaRock would like to see. He's got himself currently just outside of the draft range. Draft's about 8/10 on these cars, 7/8. LaRock currently sitting at 1.4 or 1.14. So if those two cars could battle up ahead for him, he'd definitely have no issues with closing in that gap and getting into that battle. Let's head back to the Mazda / GR86 battle. Michael Folds leading the way. Bryce Puto now in second place. Samuel Otis, the GR86, got himself separated there in between Bryce Puto and Shepard. Otis in second place, GR86, but Folds looking up the inside of Bryce Puto. Folds going to take that spot away and move himself back up into, or sorry, that was inside of Shepard, moving himself up into second place. Bryce Puto just ahead of that GR86 of Samuel Otis. Oh, we got a wiggler in behind. That might have been, that was Peter Urban. Oh, he's getting, Urban getting into the back of Wasilewski there twice, getting him unsettled. So they're going to head down the front straight here. Let's see what kind of move Urban tries to put on Wasilewski here into turn one. They've been bumping and banging through the last couple corners. Noah Blackwell kind of lurking in behind, waiting to see what's going to happen here between those two cars. So everything got sorted out into turn one. Now it's Wasilewski in behind Urban. We'll see if he tries to repay the favor, trying to get the GR86 of Urban unsettled up ahead. It's Blackwell looking up the inside of Wasilewski, trying to make that move. Not going to be able to get it done. He's going to try and tuck back in, get some draft, heading down the short straight here into turn 5. Our Mazda leader getting a bump draft now from Samuel Otis. Even with that, Michael Folds trying to make a move around Bryce Puto, unable to do it. He's going to get himself around Samuel Otis, though. Now get him back up behind Bryce Puto. Fortunately for Nicholas Shepard, unable to get away around Otis as well to get up in that battle for the top spot in the Mazda class. Let's go check into the battle here for 4th, 5th, and 6th in the Mazda class 2 as well. Camden Hibben. So he's pretty much been caught here by Michael Coates and Kyle Gentz. See what kind of pressure they can put on the back of Hibbett. 8 positions up from where he qualified overall. 3 positions in class for Hibbett. 6 positions for Kyle Genske. Having a quick look here. Looks like he's our biggest gainer right now in the race. So nice race right now for Kyle J. Gentz. Gentz or Gentz. Got himself up into 26th place overall. 6th place in class. 9 car, no doubt, would like to make up a few more positions. Let's head back up to that battle for 2nd place. As Philip LaRock now has caught the back of Taylor Blunt, we can now have a 3-car battle for 2nd place in the BMW class. Time starting to tick away here. With 7 minutes to go in this one. With our drivers running 2-minute 20 laps, it's probably going to be about maybe 3 more laps, depending when the leader crosses the line, potentially 4. We'll have to see. Romano right now, way out front, got that gap over 10 seconds now. Renato Rovita been able to hold off the charge from Taylor Blunt. Blunt going to be feeling a little more pressure to try and find a way around Rovita now, with Philip or LaRock pressuring the backside. LaRock keeping an eye on that battle up ahead. Close enough to be in draft. If something were to happen amongst those 2 drivers, he'd be there ready to pounce. But no doubt he'd like to try and take both of those positions away. Into Canada corner they go. Blunt not close enough to make a move again this time. Just behind them, though, Zachary Thrasher and Thomas Starling battling it out. Starling going to get around Thrasher. That's going to move him up into 5th place. Last spot in the top 5 for Thomas Starling. Thrasher looking like he's eager to try and take that position back, though. We're on board here with Thrasher out of the final corner. See if he can close in and get enough of a run down the front straight here to make a move into turn 1. Up the hill they go and by the flag stand. That's going to finish up lap 9 for these drivers. Here we go, Thrasher closing that gap. Doesn't look like he's going to look up the inside. They're going to stay tucked in behind. See a little bit of damage on the front end of Thrasher's car. The front bumper punched in a little bit. Oh no, Taylor Ballant. Our 3rd place car, something's happened to him. He's now fallen back all the way into 6th place. See if we can catch a replay here quickly of what happened to Taylor. Oh, he went door to door with Ravita. See if we can back that up a little bit here, see exactly what happened. So the into turn 1. Oh, looked like Ravita possibly just kind of leaked out a little bit to the left. Door to door contact with Ballant. Looks like he was able to keep it off the wall though. So just time and positions lost. Car should be able to handle about as well as it was before. So unfortunately for Taylor Ballant, he's got himself right into the battle though between Thrasher and Starling now. Putting a ton of pressure on the back of Zachary Thrasher, looking to the outside, the crossover, look to the inside here. Thrasher going to cover that off. Oh, Kevin Burnett thought about making a move up too as well. Taylor Ballant crossed that back off though, took away that position. Spot back here to the top battle in Mazdas. These 3 drivers still nose to tail. Folds, Shepard, Rice Puto. Right now, Folds leading the way in that Good Wrench paint scheme car. The 2 Nicholases, Shepard and Rice Puto, tucked in behind. See if either one of them tries to make a move here as they exit out of turn 3 down the short straight. Under the cheese bridge they go. Still nose to tail. Shepard putting pressure on the back of Folds. Folds holding on to it. Rice Puto kind of backed off a little bit. Trying to get a better run through the exit of turn 5. Up under the Corvette bridge they go. Still status quo as far as positions. Same, you'll notice that GR86 that we saw Bell embroiled in the battle has finally gotten around those 3 cars. The 2nd place GR86 got himself up ahead. The other 3 GR86s that were battling have fallen back off as we see Folds dropping a tire off into the grass. It's going to cost him a little bit of time in through the carousel. Fortunately for Folds, it's not necessarily an area where he can go too wide through, so Shepard's going to have to back out of that one. Doesn't want to push the issue as they head into the kink. And in and out of the kink they go. See if any move here by Shepard in the Canada corner. He's bump drafting Folds the best he can, trying to open up a gap between him and Rice Puto in behind. Folds going to hold on to that spot. Check back in that GR86 battle just in behind. Noah Blackwell has now got himself up ahead of Urban and Wasilewski. So I'm kind of lurking in behind, just kind of keeping an eye on what was going on up ahead as Urban and Wasilewski were battling and throwing some haymakers at each other a couple times. Just kind of bided his time, found a way around, but now they head down the front straight. See what kind of defense he has heading into turn 1. They go under the flag stand. No white flag for Barney, so they're going to have this lap plus 1 more. Into turn 1 they go. Wasilewski looking up the inside of Irving. He's going to try and get Blackwell too as well. Can't do it. Blackwell going to hold on to third spot for now. Battle for fourth place in the Mazdas. Hibbett still holding off Coates and Gens. They've been able to catch up to Camden Hibbett, but they haven't been able to find a way around him at this point in time. Let's go back here. It's like Zachary Thrasher pulling into the pits. Not sure if he has some damage or is that potentially instant point issue for him, but it's going to drop him out of that battle for what was fourth place in the BMW M2 class. Philip LaRock was the big beneficiary. It was Ballant, dropped him back. LaRock took that spot away, took the final step on the podium. Renato Ravita up ahead, but 1.7 seconds is going to be tough for Philip LaRock to close down here with only a lap to go. Our leader, Giovanni Romano, had it on cruise control since the start. 15 seconds now over second place, Renato Ravita. Has it on cruise control. Should be able to take it around to the checkered flag here shortly. Check back in the battle for the Mazdas. Fold still leading the way. Rice, Puto, and Shepard second and third. Starting to close back in on Samuel Otis up ahead. Otis may become an interesting factor in this battle here again. They're closing in on him fast. Foles utilizing the draft off the back of that GR86. Into the final corner they go. Oh, Rice Puto. So there was Shepard was looking up the outside of Rice Puto. Couldn't able to make it happen through the final corner. They got the draft off Otis up ahead now. White flag waving from Barney. Last time around for these drivers. Michael Foles utilizing the draft off the GR86 of Otis up ahead. Get himself a nice run into turn one to hold off Rice Puto and Shepard. Rice Puto going to bump draft Foles. He wants to get around Otis too as well. Shepard trying to get in there too as well. All three of them are going to clear Samuel Otis. There we go. Final lap battle. Top spot in the Mazdas. Top spot in the M2 class is all but affirmated for Romano. Let's check back in here. Taylor Ballant, Kevin Burnett battling it out as they're heading to the line. Romano going to hold on to take top spot. Ravita heading to the line now. Taylor Ballant's going to get pushed across the line. By, I believe that was, oh no, clobbered at the end. Burnett clobbers a poor defenseless GR86 at the end. Here we go. Top spot for the Mazda, still unsettled here. Folds leading the way. He's held top spot for about the last, I'm going to say 7-8 minutes. Number of laps here now. Rice, Puto, and Shepard have been unable to find a way around. Thomas Belleman, our GR86 leader, the connection issue for him, blinking in and out. Michael Fold still leading the way. Samuel Otis, second place. Solid for him right now. See, I'm not sure why he's trying to get involved in this Mazda race up ahead. He's got nothing to really battle, just going to hang back, let them settle it. Folds trying to break the draft of Rice Puto. Rice Puto trying to hold off Shepard too as well. Into Canada corner they go. Shepard trying to find room up the inside of Rice Puto to make the move. Rice Puto's going to cover him off. A couple more corners to go here for Michael Folds. Into the last corner for Michael Folds. Rice Puto in tow. Shepard in tow too as well. All three drivers running off track. Shepard almost loses the back end, has to gather it up. Serpentining down the front straight. Michael Folds going to take top spot away from Nicholas Resputo and Nicholas Shepard. To the GR86s, looks like Wasilewski going to hold on to it. Blackwell just ahead of Urban. Kyle Gent's going to get around Camden Hibben at the end. Michael Coates going to have to settle for 6th place in the GR86. Tom Sanders going to bring it home in 7th place. Looks like that is going to all but do it. All of our drivers have crossed the line now. Congrats to our winners in this one. Let's take a quick look here at the results. A couple tight battles in the Mazda field in the GR86s for 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Mazda's at the top 3 steps on the podium. Michael Fold's able to bring that one home, but here are your final results. Romano, as mentioned, brings home top spot, 15 seconds over Renato Rovita. Philip LaRocque, he's going to take 3rd spot. Thomas Starling, Ballant, Parrish, Burnett, Sennhauser, and Thrasher round out the top 9 in BMWs. Gabriel Anselmi takes top spot ahead of the only other Clio, David Dadd. Thomas Belleman taking top spot in the GR86s. He's going to finish ahead of Samuel Otis, Herbert Wasilewski, Noah Blackwell, and Peter Urban. In the Mazdas, Michael Folds takes top spot over Rice, Puto, and Shepard. Kyle Gent's going to come home just ahead of Camden Hibbett and Michael Coates with a run to the line there. Samuel Otis going to bring home 2nd place in the GR86s. Wasilewski, Blackwell, and Urban round out the top 5. And then we've got a bunch of Mazdas and GR6s kind of mingled in together here at the end. As I mentioned, we were going to see a ton of overlap between those two classes, but let's quickly, while we have a moment, go back to the start of the race, see if we can catch what happened there. There were a few other incidents that kicked off early on. Let's see, looks like Camden Hibbett was involved too as well. So their Hibbett, that was after turn 1. Okay, looks like Sean Fitzgerald might have been involved. One of the cars went off into the gravel, was able to keep going. And then after that, we had something else a little further back, I believe, with a Jordan Worth. Worth was on the outside here. He's going to drop tire off. It's not the incident I'm thinking of. There's an incident with, I believe it was Nightingale and somebody else here. See if we can find that one quickly before we sign off. Just to kind of get an idea of what happened there. I believe it would have been Sanders and Nightingale. Let's see here. Tom Sanders, potentially. Oh, yeah, there was there. That was the... Who was that? GR86 that got into him. See if we can get another angle of that. It's unfortunate for Sanders, but that's going to do it for this week of week 7 of the Production Car Challenge. Next week we head to a track I really enjoy, the Circuit Algarve, Portimao, Portugal. Should be a ton of fun. A whole lot of elevation changes, a lot of blind corners. Be interested to see how our 3 classes deal with that situation there. It's going to be real interesting to see. I expect it should be another real banger of a race. So again, as usual, I am Rob Campbell for Racers Nexus. If you, your league, or your host of the event are looking for a broadcast race, think of us. Feel free to drop us a line in chat. The Discord link is in the information of the video. Matt Burgess, thanks for tuning in. Congrats on the race, and we'll catch you all next week at Portimao. Bye for now.